Welcome back to the Prophets of IT, the podcast where leaders in technology share real world truth bombs and practical advice, and we pack it in under 10 minutes. I'm Jim
Love it.
Punzenberger, former MSP owner, author of $0 Advertising Strategies, and creator of the Managed Prospecting System.com. If you're an MSP owner listening, we help you escape the referral plateau and the plateaus of inconsistent marketing by turning cold outreach warm with content. We also offer commission partnerships so you can grow your pipeline and revenue without carrying all the risks yourself. But today, our episode isn't about me, it's about our great guest, Ed. Ed is CEO of United Network Associates, a managed security provider based in Farmingdale, right? I got that right?
Yeah, Farmingdale, New York.
Farmingdale, New York.
Center of Long Island.
So, and your team, Ed, you guys deliver cybersecurity and managed IT to businesses nationwide, even internationally, I hear.
Yes, that is very true. Correct. We have a number of national firms and international firms we serve.
Very cool. And you've even had this little bit of unique career path, being appointed Commissioner of IT for Nassau County government.
Yeah, that was interesting. About 1.4 million residents in the region.
Wow. So why don't we start with your journey and take us back to that and tell us more about how your journey from being Commissioner of IT to being CEO of United Network Associates.
Sure, thank you. Ed Eisenstein, it's unatech.us or unatechnical.com. I started this brand in June of 2000. I had owned other businesses beforehand. At the age of about 22, I started my first technology business that I sold with my partners, and then I started another recording studio business. So I've been in business multiple times over, 3 times owning an IT company. So I started this in June of 2000, and around 2009, the person running for county executive was somebody I knew. They won the election, and they asked me to join the government and bring, private thoughts to government. We had massive positive, changes. Some of the things that I put in place when we left in 2018 are still in place today. Things like the police roll call system or the contract management system. And, piles of stuff. We're spending $60-70 million a year there. I retired. I went back to private industry where things move a lot faster. You.
Yes.
So I've been back there since 2018. We've really hyper focused on security services and compliance, cybersecurity, insurance, everything around compliance and making sure these systems are up to spec. And we offer software to match all of this criteria. Unfortunately, I guess I'll just put this in there. A friend of mine and a client we had for 10 years, who during COVID, they closed their business, and we asked him to join our company in March of this year. On the 28th, he passed away, and he was a critical part of our business. And my partner and I and our staff are reassembling with that loss. It's one thing to lose somebody at the office. It's something else. It's somebody you've known for 15 years and went from customer to colleague, just fascinating. It certainly adds extra depth to our business, and we're constantly learning.
I bet business is about evolving and learning and oftentimes doing it on the fly.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I've gone with the philosophy. I don't know if you saw that picture online of the wolf pack and how a wolf pack conducts itself. And I've always was looking to achieve that kind of general or natural feeling among staff. So, you know, I think we have a very strong atmosphere. It's a little different with us. And, you know, it's more important the people you hunt with than the meat that you're eating. If you think about that statement,
Very
it's something a
profound.
lot of people forget about. They care so much about their meal and at the people they're eating with. You ever see your cats trying to share a bowl of food? You know, is that how we are? Are we animalistic?
Right. Um, I'd, I, it's a very profound statement, and I think most people don't think about it. They just do instead of thinking about those that they're hunting with.
Well, if you're a leader, where are you in the wolf pack?
Right.
So that's my question. I pull out that picture and I ask people, where are you? Natural leaders know exactly where they are. You know, older leaders know where they are. Younger leaders, it's sort of a critical path to business success.
I agree with you. Um, so let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
Um, every guest on here drops what we call a truth bomb, and something that challenges the way business owners usually think. And before uh, the show, you pointed out that IT is an unlicensed industry, which is crazy because, you need a license to remove lead paint, but anyone can claim to be a multi-million dollar network guy with no accountability and no license. How does that really put SMBs at risk when it comes to hiring IT partners or even hiring the wrong partner?
Well, I would say it's quite a strange industry. Thank you for starting off with the non-licensed industry. Unlike any or pretty much any of the other industries, from paint to water to construction, it's a licensed
Electricity,
electrician.
even
You
like garbage.
garbage removal. But anyone at any age can install a $10 million network, completely screw it up, and just, all right, whatever. Walk away laughing. It's quite scary. We pick up new clients all the time. At times, we pick up clients from a single practitioner who, between me and you, has god awful disgusting results there. The worst case for security in a network, and the customer doesn't know. They've relied on on this person for 10, 20 years. It's Fred, it's Mike, it's Janet, my close relative. Well,
My brother-in-law, my
they have jammed you in your butt so hard, you don't even know that you're teetering on the edge of a cliff. And this is where we come in often. We always do assessments and tell them, how close are you teetering to the edge? Sometimes they're perfect and they care quite a bit, but it's just common with single practitioners or IT folks have been around for a while that don't have mentorship, that this stuff is probably so stale it's wide open.
that's scary.
It's
So,
not scary, it's a daily occurrence. If you look at the trend of ransomware in 2024, it's in the trillions of dollars. So while you think it's scary, it's right, it's happening. It's very, very real.
mhm. Uh, so what advice would you give to a business owner, executive that may be in this situation?
Yeah, I have quite a bit of advice, probably longer than 10 minutes, but my
Can you give
cliff
like
notes are
maybe 2 minutes
my
of it?
yeah, my cliff notes are is if you're an individual and if you have to go online and do anything that's questionable or gray area to any degree, you create an alias. I probably have 5 aliases I search with. I've created an identity with a false name, false picture, and that's what I go online with. Um, and serve up first for people who I don't know. I think the use of an alias is very strong method to overcoming the weird, simple stuff that hackers go after. If you're in a corporation, something I don't ever understand. So I've had medical problems. It is suggested in the medical field that if you have a problem, to get something called a second opinion. Apparently, in the business world, that's as foreign as an alien spaceship.
Right.
So I always recommend that if you're having a network or you're growing business, to get a free second opinion. There's so many dealers out there happy to take a look, give you an opinion, try to win you over. I highly recommend second opinions. They're not painful. Do it with your doctor, do it with your network, do it with many other things, to be honest.
And so you give these second opinions all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah, we do network assessments. Maybe 50% of the time we end up serving the client. 50% of the time we give reports for them to clean up their own thing. So it's really a strong suit for us. We recommend an assessment, at least an annual or biannual second opinion, especially if you have in-house staff that's been there for more than 5 years. It's really important. Since COVID, since AI, things are exponentially changing in our industry. Um, Most people now add seams and other tools and ransomware detectors and socks and all these fancy words that maybe your 5 or 10 year old IT guy is not fully up to breast with. So, can you mix an outside firm with an inside person? Of course. Isn't that the best way to save money? Take your in house person, keep them current, have them tag with an outside vendor together, you know?
That makes sense. Anything um, anything really on the top of your mind that's current that SMB owners should know about? I know there's probably lots of things, but is there one, if you had to say just one, what would that be?
The scariest form of cyber attack I've experienced in the last 12 months. Follow me. I don't even know if they have a name for this. It's a man in the middle phone call. So basically, what's happening is the hacker will call you, right,
Hmm.
from Citibank, but they have Citibank on the phone on hold. They put themselves on hold while you're talking to the Citibank person they connected. They're now listening to the conversation. When ready, they disconnect the conference call to the banker, take over and pretend they're level two. Um, I've danced around with probably about 30 or 40 of these guys in the last year, and they're pretty slick. And I don't know any way around that. So the
Wow.
way around it is to obviously hang up and call back, and from the number you find online, not the numbers they gave you. Um, this man in the middle phone call is quite dangerous. They're literally recording what you're saying to the actual banker and putting it into their database for
Uh-huh.
future use.
Wow. So the way to prevent this would be always hang up and call back using a known number from the bank's website or whoever's company it
Yeah.
is website.
I also know a number of foreign, very, very bad curse words. So I'll throw them out there in Punjab and Indian and several other languages, um, and they always fall down. If I hit them with a certain word, which I won't say on this, they immediately fall down like, you caught me, you know? So that's become my personal first level of attack. I throw out a couple of curse words in foreign languages that I presume the hackers in, and they just give themselves up right away.
Very interesting. Um, maybe there's a business owner executive out there that would like to maybe learn more or take you up on one of these free assessments, I think you're calling it.
Please, yeah, they're free assessments. They're network security assessments. We have professional tools. We serve several hundred clients in the corporate space. So we have strong, perfected enterprise tools that can not only tell you that, but more importantly, they could tell you whether a bad actor, now we're not talking about Alec Baldwin, no pun intended, but a bad actor meaning a hacker who's been sitting on your network watching you. We have tools that we exercise every day for our client point. Tell us whether a hacker has been sitting there watching you. I would say 80% of the time with my new prospects and clients, there's someone sitting on a computer watching them, called a bad actor.
Wow. So, what would be a good way of getting hold of you to do this?
Go to my website. It's United Network Associates, unatech.us. And anyone can get me and my team on the phone. We'll have a conversation, sign an NDA, and then we can do a discovery, meet with our specialists. We've handled so many types of cases. I don't want to be specific, but we have clients in the manufacturing, in the healthcare industry, in the food distribution industry, that have all dealt with this in the very recent past. A friend of mine and I also watch how the hackers are taking down fire communications, police communications on just an ongoing basis in our region. Um, I don't know if the powers that be just don't want to share, be honest about it, or God forbid, don't know what's going on.
Well, we'll include contact information in the show notes too. So check the show notes if you're looking for the contact information. And
Excellent.
well,
Yeah, so if I can help with cyber and any of these problems, remediation as well. Unfortunately, we deal with remediation, so not everybody's secure, and they have to be cleaned up at the end.
got it. Well, Ed, thank you for sharing your wisdom today.
Thank you.
It's shown, why owners and executives, IT just isn't a necessary expense. It sounds like it's all about protecting and growing. It's an important part of protecting and growing any business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so if you're an IT provider, maybe it's their might be saying you might be saying my IT provider is just fine too, is what I hear is happens, and that's probably an indication that you need to reach out to Ed.
Well, I recognize that maybe business owners are actually afraid of those people. It's a valid fear. I'm not running away from the fact that you're afraid of this individual. You don't have to be afraid. Your fear will hurt you in the end.
Well, and you're here to help them with that, right?
Yeah, that's imagine being in a business and you're afraid of Jimmy, who's been there 20 years, and things are going sideways. That's a scary place to be.
I I can imagine. Um, so
All right, excellent. Well, thank you for your time. And
thank you, Ed. And if you're a MSP owner out there, and don't forget to check out managedprospectingsystem.com to help you get over the growth plateaus and start predicting or start growing predictable growth. And until next time, I'm Jim Punzenberger. Stay hydrated and caffeinated.